Did you watch the debates last night? Good morning. It's Open Mic Manna, and this morning we are talking about the debates. I mean, what else would we be talking about on this Friday morning after the debates on last night? Did you watch them? What did you think? What was your impression of the debates? Welcome to Morning Manna, and it's on Fridays. We always have open mic manna. All week long, I provide the manna. I provide the text, the talk, and the takeaway. Well, on Fridays, the Manna fam, you get to provide the text, the talk, and I'll give the takeaway. So, what did you think? Did you watch it last night? What do you think on it? On the debates last night, got several questions I want to ask you, and it was very interesting, very different. I thought it was going to be a brawl and a debate broke out. I was looking for it to be a knockdown and a drag out, if you will, a wrestling match compared to the last one, but this one was totally different. What do you think of the debates? Did you watch it? That's my first question. Did you watch it, and what did you think of it? Now, while you are gathering your response, putting them in the chat area and everything, you know what? I want to just say to you all, I don't know who is responsible. I don't know who's responsible, but I want to thank you, all of you, whoever was responsible. Look what I got. I don't know whether you can see it or not. It's a little glare or what have you. But this morning, well, not this morning, actually this week, I got this card in the mail to the church, to me, for pastoral appreciation, and it says it is from the Manna fam. How about that? The Manna fam, and it's a gift card. It's a gift card for dinner to Fleming's Prime Steakhouse and Wine Bar, indulgence made to order. Fleming's, I mean, my good, and I love steak. So I don't know who it is. I don't know who's responsible. But you know what? I'm just so thankful. I mean, I would have never thought that anything that I did in a social media format would cause this response. Let me read it. Now the question I asked, now you know we're going to have our conversation is open mic manner, and the question I ask, so please just share it with me. Did you watch the debate, and what did you think? But I got to read my card. Can I read my card? I mean, it really just touched me. Blessed are the servant hearted who shine with the master's joy. The joy of the Lord is your strength. Nehemiah 8, 10, and 11, the New Living Translation. Thank you for all you do as you faithfully serve the Lord in ministry. You are a blessing, the Manna fam. How about that? God bless you, Manna. Love you guys too. I mean, my goodness, that just kind of touched my heart. So whoever did it, whoever is responsible for it, group, individual, whatever, hey, I receive your love. I receive your love. And First Lady and I are going to have dinner. I'm going to find Fleming's, and we're going to throw down. You can trust me on that. But did you watch the debate last night? What did you think? Tell me what your thoughts were. I thought, you know what, it was going to be another wrestling match, if you will, and a debate broke out. Surprise, surprise. I didn't watch it. At this point, I already know who you gonna vote for. Okay, Keisha, I got it. So what's the point, huh? What's the point? I've already know who I'm gonna vote for and have already voted for. Good morning, Shaitan. How are you on this morning? Good morning. Glad you guys are here. Brenda, did you watch it? Thank you for sharing, saying that I am a blessing. Trust me, I would have never thought in 100 years that anybody would think that much and send me a card for that. Good morning, frat brother. Brandon, how are you? How is it on the East Coast? Arlene, you thought it was interesting, huh? Let's get back to the open mic thing here. You thought it was interesting? How interesting did you think it was? How interesting did you think it was? Good morning, Linda. How are you on this morning? Earlene and Anitra, How are you guys thinking? What did you think of the debate? I will tell you, my thoughts were that, okay, I tell you, I was not ready for the president to be under control. I just thought he was going to be snapping off like last time. But I guess he listened to some folk. Didn't necessarily change my opinion of what was coming out of his mouth. It just came out more calmly. So that's my thoughts. Let me ask you another question. What was the low point? What was the low point in the debates for you? What was the low point? What was the low point? At what point did you say, you know what, this is too much? Or, I don't agree with that particular statement. Or I'm not exactly sure I go along with that. What was the low point in the debates for you on last night? Let me hear from you. Let me hear from you. And while some of you are responding, says Trump hurt himself in the first debate in damage control in the debate. Day late and a dollar short. Okay, Harley, a day late and a dollar short. Yeah, you might be right about that. A day late and a dollar short. What was the low point? And while you're thinking about that, what was the high point? Now, the low point for me is when the president said that he was the least racist in the room. He was the least racist in the room. I mean, think about that. And then said, he couldn't see everybody out there because it was dark. Forgetting that the moderator of the debate is an African American, a sister no less. And of the room, you are the least racist? My goodness, that took a lot of moxie to say that. That took a whole lot of moxie. Good morning, Anna. How are you? I went to sleep. I have to get the recap. Well, you have joined the Manna fam. You knew we were going to talk about this, so get the recap right now. And so to me, that was the low point. The low point. Brenda, you said, I thought it was interesting when Trump said he was not a racist. Yeah, I agree with you. That to me not only was the interesting point, but I thought it was the low point of the debate as well. And Richard, you said you wondered what he meant or what he was thinking when he said that he couldn't see anybody out there. It was too dark. What was the high point? What was the high point in the debate for you? What was the high point? Who scored that point the highest in your mind? What was that high point? The high point in the debate for you? Zakisha, you said, yes, Bishop, I agree with you when he knows he is very racist. Yeah, I was just wondering, okay, so where did that come from? Where did that come from? Now, interestingly enough, let me give some facts here because, we're going to be truthful because we always give us the text, the talk, and the takeaway. And it is an interesting fact that of all the presidents, Republican in particular, but all in general, African American employment was the lowest. You have to admit that. And it had nothing to do with me voting for him, because that ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I have already voted. But the point that I'm saying is that is a fact. But we got to look beyond that. My response to that is this. I often say to people that you cannot just look at a employment rate to determine the success of a president. You just cannot. I know that is very important. The Bible says that if a man wants to eat, let him work. There's dignity in work. There's no question about that. But I want you to hear this. During slavery, it was 100% employment. So you can be employed and still not have freedom. You can be employed and still not have justice. You can be employed and still have to deal with stuff that you ought not have to deal with in a free, democratic society. So to always throw that fact out as if to say, look, 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 look how great I am, how wonderful I am, without looking at all the other things. We had full employment during slavery. Okay, yeah. And we were locked up and we couldn't go nowhere and we were beat down. So to always throw that fact out, and it is a fact, as if to say that justice doesn't matter, police excessive use of force doesn't matter, my rights to get the job I want to have doesn't matter, taking away sensitivity training on the job that I am on doesn't matter. That's a huge issue. So I get that. I get that. So we asked the question, what was the lowest point? What was the highest point? And I think that the high point to me was when Joe Biden said, we're not living with the virus, we're dying with the virus. Blew me away. Blew me away. And if you didn't get that, you check that out. We're not living with the virus, we're dying with the virus. Over 200, I think, and 20,000 people have passed away as a result of this virus that we could have gotten more control over from the very beginning. That was the high point to me. Who do you think won? Who do you think won the debate? Let me just hear from you. Who do you think won the debate? Who do you think came out on top? Now, if it was a boxing match, and it isn't, but if it was a boxing match, they count the number of punches or the number of times that the opponent hits the other. So, how many times do you think, or who do you think really won? If it was basketball, you would say who had the highest score at the end of the game. If it was any kind of wrestling match, you say who got pinned. But the bottom line is, who do you think? Who do you think won the debate? Okay, like everybody's saying, Biden, hands down. Biden, hands down. Everybody's saying Biden, hands down. You know, initially when I watched it and and everything, I was kind of taken aback with the relative calmness of the president. And I thought that made him do far better than the first time. And it looked like it was pretty even until I really started looking at it. And then they started going over everything. And then I said, like you, many of you said, Biden took that, just like he took the first one. So Biden, most of you say Biden hands down. Biden hands down. Last question before I give you the takeaway. Like I said, on Fridays, open mic manner. You give the text, the talk, and I give you the takeaway. I give you all of that all week long. Then we just have a dialogue on Fridays. Have you voted? Have you voted? That's the last question. Have you voted? If you voted, I need to see. Man of Fam. Come on, Man of Fam. I need to see if you voted. Show me. Type it in there. I need to see, have you done your civic duty to go vote? Interestingly enough, I saw an article by a minister on the West Coast who said that it's a choice between two evils, so don't bother. And I thought to myself, are you kidding me? Okay. They can say your whole house is, Deidre, you're going to vote on Saturday, on tomorrow. Great. I didn't know you could vote on Saturday. Ramona, you said you've already voted. Arlene said you've already voted. Bobby, you said you already voted there in North Carolina. Y'all know y'all got to come through. Carolina, y'all got to come through. Do you hear me? Jeremy, you said you've already voted. Anna, you haven't voted yet. Okay. When are you going to vote? I'm not challenging you. I'm just curious. When are you plan on voting? Said Brenda, you've already voted. Lisa said you holding out to until November the 3rd. Well, go for it, girlfriend. I refuse to be in that line with all them disease floating around in the air. Not me. I am not doing it. So I've already voted a week and a half ago. So Deidre, you and your sister going to go vote. Said Audrey, your whole household, you and the whole household has voted. Richard, you said you've already voted. And so I tell you what, here is the last thing that I'm going to share. Last thing that I'm going to share, because I got to close it out, because y'all got to go to work. I got to go to work. We got to get into this day and have a great day. And that is that vote and encourage everybody you know to vote. Vote like your life depends on it, because it does. Vote like your life depends on it, because it does. And get everybody you know to come and vote with you. Hey, the Lord be with you. May his face shine upon you, give you peace. I got a word for you on this Sunday. If you check it out, 9:30 virtual New Life. You need to just check it out. New Life 2-1 on YouTube or on Facebook Live, or church page on Facebook Live. Here is what I'm going to be preaching about on this Sunday. It's complicated. It's complicated. You can't miss it. Got a word for you. God bless you guys. Share the manna. Bye now.